All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Triple Point Charts. This is potentially going to be episode 15. I'm not sure if it's going to have a different name or not, because this is the first episode without my dear friend Kenny. Um, Definitely, everybody wish him well in the comments. He is just traveling. He's going to Washington State, I believe, and couldn't make it on the Zoom call. So he should be back tomorrow. But I have a very special treat for this evening. We have my buddy Dez, whom I met on Twitter, and now he's in the Discord. And I just freaking rock with him. That's really
Yeah.
just close.
Well,
That's
how's it
it.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dez, welcome so much. Um, if you would, I mean, it's up to you. I would love for you to just kind of give a quick, like bio about yourself if you want to.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So I've been not actively trading, but in stocks since 2008. So yeah, my first stock was Apple, which I bought in 2008 and then immediately lost about half its value. And then by the time it go up to break even, I cut it, thinking, just happy to get out of the stock. And then all of a sudden, Apple just does the biggest run you've ever seen in your life. So
Awesome.
split and all that stuff. So I immediately learned the pain of stocks. But in about 2020, also before the pandemic, even I was just looking into day trading. But then obviously the pandemic hit, and I was like, okay, well, obviously I'm going to get into this while I work from home,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a programmer by trade. So I work on a computer all day, and stocks interest me. It's something that you can like put to code in a lot of ways. So I like that. And yeah, so I've been trading since then. I've had some huge wins, some huge losses. Options. When I got into options, I definitely whittled it all away slowly. So yeah, I started with like $3,000 originally back in 2008 and turned it into a day trading account at one point, and then got a huge win on Newegg, which I don't know if you know anything about Newegg, but
Yeah, hell yeah.
so I managed to get that uh, crazy run up to $70, but then I like thought I knew everything and
You
slowly
FOMO'd
kept
it.
making yeah, kept making stupid trades and taking big hits and not realizing like, oh shit, I'm like slowly getting back down to like the day trading level again. So right now I'm over and under it, right? So I'm often stuck with having to do swing trades.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I do now. That's what I'm focusing now. Is one thing I started doing was focusing on one thing, which is just SPY.
Mm.
So, like that's my focus, and if I can master SPY, I can like take that knowledge to other things. That's my that's my plan. And
Hell yeah.
then
That's where I'm at currently too.
yeah,
I'm just trading SPY every day. Now, granted, I don't even know what the company is. A buddy of mine gave me a call out and I bought a few contracts. Mara, Mara is the
yeah,
ticker. Yeah. So,
I know
but
it. Yeah, the Bitcoin miners.
is it? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
marathon.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you've been on FinTwit for a while, then yeah, you would recognize the name from one of the big Ryan Rosbiani, I think. He's a big guy in FinTwit, and he does YouTube videos as well.
Hmm.
And yeah, he pushes that one. I think he even owns stake in it now, and like he
Wow.
started his own
That's awesome.
crypto miner company. Yeah.
That's killer.
Anyways,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so everybody, Dez he's a cool cat. Thanks for coming on again, Dez. I hit him up earlier today and was like, I like 3 hours notice. I was like, hey dude, you mind coming on and making sure I'm not sitting here by myself tonight? And he's like, hell yeah, let's do it. So
yeah,
thank you so much. Also, if you're here and you haven't subscribed, you are missing out. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. That way you get notified every time we upload. Make sure you like and comment and share this video. I know it's very cookie cutter to say that, but it genuinely helps drive viewers to the video. So definitely do it. Check the link below, the description below for the link for the Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, Des, I have a couple questions for you tonight, and I genuinely, guys, I don't know any of the answers that he's going to give. These are just things that I'm genuinely curious about because he's been trading a hell of a lot longer than I have. So tonight, if you don't get anything out of this, I'm going to. So, first question, Des, looking back, what's been your best style of trading? Swings, scalps, long holds, anything you can think of. What has performed best for you?
I'd say what's performed best overall is definitely long-term holds. Yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Owning Tesla and Netflix early on before,
Ooh,
like, I bought Netflix at $70 back when it
Sheesh.
spun out that Quickster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tanked the share price, and I was like, I'm buying this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I bought Tesla early on, so those definitely helped grow my account to where it like was able to do more trades.
Mhm.
So I'm a big believer in long-term holds, but I've definitely had some amazing trades where you make 500, $1,000 in like 5 seconds, 10 seconds,
Yeah.
like right on open,
Oh, it's amazing.
doing like options.
Yeah.
And then I've had, some great swings where you buy something, you ride it, and then you sell right at resistance, and you're like, that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't get any better. That's pretty much what I did today. Today was a scalp actually. Today was a 29-minute trade. So,
Yeah,
and it was the only trade I took. I got 27%. So I was happy with that. Nothing,
hell
nothing
yeah.
crazy, but 29 minutes, 27%. Can't shake your fist too hard at that. What's been the worst? What's performed the worst out of swing scalps and long holds for you?
Where I've definitely made the most mistakes is trying to just day trade and doing like too big of positions or doubling down on when it's turning against you, thinking, oh, well, it's just going to hit that next resistance and it'll turn around. But no,
Oh God.
it never
Yeah.
does.
The double down is the
It,
fucking worst for me,
yes.
man.
Or worse, when you double down and then finally cut it and then it moves in the direction you needed. That's
Oh,
happened to me not too long ago.
yeah. Dude,
When I was inputs too early on that last run up.
yeah, I went through like a week of that happening to me. Like it was like if I would have held them for one more day, and it's not that they were
Yeah,
expiring, I just cut them. But if I was, and it had to be like an analysis situation. I had to just be looking at it from the wrong angle for me to repeat that for like an entire week. Like I
it's
didn't get a single trade right, but I was a day early each trade.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of insane how well they almost anticipate my emotions. Like
Yeah.
I just can't even like how do they know that this is the point where I'm gonna cut, and then all of a sudden it runs the next day.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
they know
Yeah.
the psychology of it.
They have to, man. Cool. So Des says long holds. And I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Long holds,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you
I'd
only lose.
say my new thing is dividend long holds. So
Ooh.
that's where I'm trying to go next.
Yeah, I got some P&G, some Procter and Gamble. They're a dividend.
Yeah,
But I not enough, yet.
right.
But I
But yeah,
do
and I just don't want to accumulate too much yet because I'm kind of expecting more downside on the market,
for
just
sure. Yeah,
yeah, in general.
definitely. All right. So do you use a naked chart or do you trade with like indicators and things like that?
So I am using two different systems for charting at the same time. So I've got my Thinkorswim where I actually trade on my
Hmm.
phone, and sometimes I'll have it up on my computer. But on my computer, what I'm looking at, to do my long-term planning is my trading view chart that has like three indicators because I only have the free version.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have
Yeah.
one chart, three indicators, that's it. So I have my SMA cloud that I created myself, which is super easy to create if you want one. I'm sure
Nice.
there's 10, yeah, the Ripster cloud there, it already exists out there, but And then they got the volume by price. Here, let me just share my screen so you can
Yeah, sure.
show you what I'm talking about. Cool. So I'm looking at the SMA cloud. So here I've got 9 and 24.
Nice.
I think this is pretty arbitrary. I try to go with Fibonacci numbers a lot, but I
Sure.
don't think these are even Fibonacci numbers. So, uh, I just think of it as resistance. I don't think of it as like a pure, you take a trade right as it, falls below a certain
Right.
point or anything like that. I
Right.
just think of it as resistance. So if it, a lot of times you go through like the thickest part of the resistance though. So, but then when it hits the upper line, you're like, oh, well, maybe that's the real
Yeah.
resistance.
Right.
And then I just got regular old volume down here.
Nice.
Get rid of my ads here. But yeah, so I have so the volume by price has this histogram here with volume, and that has a longer term average, which
Okay.
you'll zoom in, it actually will color in the candles a little bit differently when it's below above
Gotcha.
average, and then you've got the fast one down here.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I love this because I love the volume by price, because what I'm looking at is where there are spikes. It often loves to hang out at that area, or hit it as resistance. Like here, we had a head and shoulders basically through the volume shelf hitting on the higher one over here. Let's see, volume shelves.
So why is the above like the current price action, why is that volume
Gray.
yeah.
This is the 70% of total volume in this
Got
volume
it. Okay.
graph here. So this is the value area is what it's called. And then this red line here is the point of control. And that's just the max volume.
Wow. Oh wow. So that red line, I didn't even know that was like automatically generated on there. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So and it's however many candles you want it to look back. So I have it set to 1,000, which
Ooh,
I like for especially SPY, where you can get the volume from these candles way back here.
definitely.
Yeah,
Holy
this is
shit. That's nice.
right. So I'm seeing bag holders from years back,
For sure. Yeah.
market makers.
Yeah, and that's great that it auto generates for you, because if you don't have it plotted, you most definitely will forget about it.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, it's crazy how many times this red line actually ends up becoming like a point that you want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
But I say the one downside is that I often have to change that look back amount, because if I do something like SQQQ, because it was so high at one point,
Yeah.
it's now like nothing's there. So I have to adjust it to be like 365 or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then bam, I have an actual chart that I
Sheesh.
can use.
Dude, that's
But
okay.
then
So
look,
yeah.
this point of control is
God.
resistance here, and then it's support here.
And what price level is that point of control?
This one is at 46.21.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What is that's SQQQ. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one's SQQ.
All right. I've been on T for so long. What do you mind showing me what the
Yeah, so
red
this
line
is
is there?
T. So we're at resistance now.
Jeez.
And then this is telling you whether it's selling pressure or buying pressure. So this has a lot of selling pressure. If there's no candle on this side, then that means it was even. So
Okay.
like here, there's like even between buying and selling.
Yeah.
But this is a lot of selling here.
That's a killer indicator.
Yeah, so this is how I feel like I know where people are,
Mm,
in the market.
definitely. Yeah. Which okay, so the next question is, which I think we've answered it, is what's your favorite indicator that you currently use?
Yeah, definitely this one. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
blind without it. Like whenever I see people, posting charts without volume, I'm like, how do you
Yeah.
even trade?
I trade with no volume at all.
Yeah,
And
brave man.
I well, I think it
No,
I think
yeah,
it hinders me. I just have never been able to understand volume, but that's a great breakdown right there. Like I feel like I'm gonna add that to my indicators as soon as we get done with this.
Yeah. Yeah, this one I like out of all the different ones on TradingView. It's called VP by DGT.
VP by DGT. Take that down as a note.
DGTRD is his name.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I know we're limited on the time, but next question is what or it's actually is are there any indicators that you used to love but no longer use?
Yeah, so I mean, like I still like MACD and RSI, but I just I don't have the room for them on this chart. So I have them on my TOS charts.
Gotcha.
But I don't necessarily use them for signals. I just like to look at them at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay.
Same. Yeah. It's more just like and I have the exact same answers as the MACD and RSI. Like the guy that taught me how to trade, he was a MACD and RSI guy all the way. And I still look at him kind of for like confirmation over like a like a swing trade or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't run them live hardly ever.
Yeah. And you know how they say like you need more than one confirmation? I would say both of those. I would never trade on just one of those.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Because how many times I know for me, there's been so many times where the RSI is at 30 and MACD is, got a golden cross and then it just tanks again.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Whoever made this needs to get their ass
Yeah, I had a friend who was asking me about stocks that I hadn't talked to in a while, and he was telling me, "Oh yeah, like MACD and RSI are perfect for
Oh,
this being the bottom and like the market running up again." I
hell
think it's about here, and of course it did run up, and I was like, "Oh
sure.
man, this guy's
Yeah.
a genius." And then it just like tanked, and I'm like, "Okay, no, I was right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not stupid."
I would imagine if, I'm sure you can get a trading plan behind it. Like the guy that taught me, like that's all he did. Like he looked for one specific formation and had a golden cross on the MACD and had the RSI bottomed out. And that's how he would trade. And he did awesome. Um, but yeah, it just doesn't work for me. It's just too weak of a signal overall.
Yeah, yeah.
Like volume definitely, like just looking at this, volume definitely seems to be a better indicator than both of those.
Yes, and I read a book that made me a convert to volume, which was
Yes,
called A
you
Complete
dropped it in the
Guide.
Discord.
Yes, I did. It's in the
Yeah.
Discord. A Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis. It's like $5 on Amazon for the Kindle version, which you can read on your browser. It's amazing. It's not that long. It's like you'll read it in 2 days,
Mhm.
and it just kind of puts it in. For me, I need like a visual representation, and it just like puts the market in kind of like a visual representation for me, where I imagine a warehouse, like a market maker has a warehouse and they're filling it with stocks,
Mhm.
and then at some point it's too full and then they need to sell them.
Mm,
So right now we're in the unloading phase, but they can't just sell it all right
yeah.
away because it'll tank the market, right? So they have to unload, then they're making money on the upside, then they're making money on the downside, and they've got their theta or delta neutral strategies. They're making money on the theta. They have a billion different ways
Yeah. It's wild, man.
to make money,
Yeah. That's
but
awesome.
they got to get rid of that stock. And
Yeah.
now that we have the Fed's quantitative tightening,
Yeah.
it's only going to get worse, and we're going to raise rates. I have a feeling I'm going to do another 75 basis points
You think so?
Wednesday. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if it were up to me, I would say that they should slow down and stop raising rates so quickly,
Mhm.
because you just aren't going to get the effects until later.
Right.
So, if you've been watching mortgage rates are going above 6%. I can't buy a house now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many
So,
people that it totally priced them right out of the market because of
right.
the,
And
you know,
so housing crash leads to economic crash, which
yeah.
leads to bank crash, which leads to, general downturn in the market and jobs they've already stopped hiring as much. Job
Sure.
hiring slowed down.
It's almost like they're trying to create an economic
Oh
collapse.
yeah, well, it's just the anticipation of it happening
Yeah,
fulfills that prophecy, right?
for sure. Yeah.
So if you
I would agree 100% with that. So what happens Wednesday if they, what are you going to do if they raise it 100 basis points?
going on puts, man, puts.
Hell yeah. Let's City, here we come.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to swing anything into the announcement because it's so unpredictable.
Yeah,
But
most definitely. Yeah, because at this point in the game, I have zero clue what's really going to happen Wednesday.
oh yeah, me neither. I just
Um,
have my probabilities. I think what's been happening that I've seen in the last year or so is that it will like run up into the announcement
mhm.
and then dump right after.
It seems like it dumps no matter no matter if it's
Yeah,
less basis points or more than people anticipated. It just
right.
fucking dumps.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then there's the occasional, opposite reaction, which I think the last one or no, not the last one, but the time before
Yeah.
it had a
Shot up.
ran.
Yeah.
Despite like a 50-cent basis points, and they were like, and we're actually going to raise them like 4 more times,
Yeah.
and it ran up, and we're like, okay,
Yeah.
so
I don't know, man.
you
The
never know.
shit just it's over my head for sure. That's why I never try to predict it. I just try to ride that volatility.
Yep, yep,
Definitely.
yep,
Uh,
yeah.
okay. So what? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not cutting you off. We got
Oh,
plenty of
I
time.
no worries. I realized I was going to go off on a tangent because I have ADHD and I like to just talk sometimes.
Oh,
But
this
I was
episode
just
is pro ADHD. So take
all
your
right.
time, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what I was going to say is that right now I'm in a call because I am expecting a run up into this
Mhm.
announcement. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take my profits tomorrow if it holds up to the morning, hopefully, and then just watch to see if we do it again.
Yep.
Another run up tomorrow, and then I might do another swing overnight and then take profits in the morning. Or yeah, actually, I don't know. Because when is the announcement? Is it actually in the morning they
I
announce? Or
I want to say it's 8:30, but I could be
okay, then
wrong.
maybe I won't do that. Yeah. I'll look more into it tomorrow. But
What's I wonder, do you use the VIX at all when you're trading?
I should, but I absolutely do not. Well, so
Mhm.
I like to look at it because I like to know where it's at right now. I would say it's elevated, but it's been elevated for a while.
Yeah, it's down. It closed down 2.13% today. So that that looks good for your calls tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the S&P, dude, once I saw you tweet that today, and I asked you if you swung it. I instantly went back and looked at like aftermarket, and I was just like, "Yep, he got it." Like the aftermarket pumped on S&P today.
Yeah, well, let's look now. Let's see. It's okay right now. Let's I have futures on here. I do
Yeah,
love that TradingView has futures. Okay. So it yeah, pumped again, but then we came back and I was like, "Oh no, we're going to dump." But it kept so here we closed here.
yeah,
So it kept that as support. You can see there was volume shelf.
yeah.
So I'm thinking if we run, first of all, we
Ah,
have this
yeah.
looking at futures. So this is 39.29. On SPY, I think I have a line at like 389, yeah, 390-ish.
Yeah.
So if we break this line, then I'm definitely going, 397
Oh, that would be
calls.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
And then when the announcement comes, definitely it's gonna come back down. I
Oh,
think.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
As much as I say I don't know what's gonna happen, that's just my plan.
Definitely. Yeah.
So if you look on the hourly, you got the same thing, this huge volume shelf here at 39.6.
So yeah, if you can, so I'm just making sure I have this right. So if you can get on top of that volume shelf there, then that's going to act as support, uh, theoretically.
This one, yeah, if
Okay.
it breaks over this and retests and then keeps that as support, then you can
Yeah.
you're gonna get over this. But this is such a large volume shelf that it's gonna do something like this.
Yeah. Bunch of sideways.
Chop,
Yeah.
chop for days.
Mm. Okay. Dude, that seems like it might be like a missing piece of the puzzle for me. I'm gonna legitimately, I'm gonna buy that book and I'm gonna dissect this shit.
Yeah. I mean, $5, man,
Yeah.
absolutely worth it. And it comes with like if you get the hardback, there's a worksheet book that you can get
Oh,
as well if you really wanted to like put it to action.
that's actually amazing because I'm putting together like a list of books that I'm sending my buddy that's in prison right now, and he wants to learn how to trade. So he's like,
Yeah.
dude, send me the best books
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
What else are you
So
gonna do in there, right?
hell yeah, like it.
Okay.
So I'm stoked.
Yeah. Okay. So zooming in here, if you're looking at the daily chart, one possible thing here is if it breaks this volume shelf, we're talking over 396, and then keeps that,
Oh
we
man.
could hit this
Oh, that makes
descending
sense. Yeah, that
resistance
makes a
line.
lot of sense.
And then, well, if that happens, then you've got inverse head and shoulders.
Oh God, yeah,
Then we're talking about possibly a market bottom.
yeah,
But I don't want to say that it's going to be a market bottom yet. So I'm thinking resistance here
yeah, yeah.
and then breakdown.
That trend line there does look scary for sure. It looks like it's just setting up to reverse hard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Because that's how they get you is like just something like this where you're like, oh, this is definitely the bottom. No, it's not.
yeah. Yep.
It's like, this is the bottom. Bam. No, it's not.
So
So I
what
could
is?
break this trend line just to like get even more bulls in, just to like break down here,
Yeah,
at this volume shelf. So you always be watching, take your profits.
for sure. Hell yeah. What's one bad habit you can't seem to break with trading?
I would say stopping out too early when I'm right. Like this, for example, this morning, I stopped out on my overnight call, but then was like, no, I think it's going to happen. So I got back in at a higher price, obviously, but then I did make my money back by
Nice.
the end of the day. So if it holds up tomorrow, then I'll come out ahead.
Nice. Yeah. I I I think it will. I think tomorrow, I think your thought process on it's gonna pump until the meeting is right. That always feels right.
Right.
But crypto is bleeding right now, so that that's usually, I do kind of watch crypto to see, it's kind of like another futures market, it feels like to me. But I
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I
accurate,
agree.
but
Like when whenever I'm like in a position over the weekend, and like crypto goes the opposite way of my position, I'm like, oh God, I'm fucked.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, I don't remember the last time I've held a position over the weekend. That shit scares me. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I have a bad weekend when I do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I'd say my superpower with ADHD is forgetting about something immediately when it like goes away from
Oh,
my view.
yeah.
So I literally do not think about it, which is also my problem with like doing multiple stocks is I can't remember them all.
Mm,
And
right.
so yeah, it gets too confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I am just hyper focused on one thing. So like the Mara thing, like I totally even forgot I had that until the guy that gave me that call out. You might have seen him on Twitter. He's on, like, I retweet a bunch of his stuff. His name is The Motivator. It's the dot motivator. Um,
Okay.
but he's a pretty cool dude. He's like I think he's a stock professional. Like I think he offers like coaching and things like that. I
Mhm.
don't I'm not a part of it, but he definitely knows what he's talking about. But he tweeted something out like, "Holy shit, Mara is like pumping or something in an aftermarket," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm in that." I totally forgot I even had it. I was just thinking about SPY the whole time.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, so hopefully that works out for me tomorrow. But I don't have a very large position in it because if I'm just going to take somebody's word on something, I'm not going to risk throwing away a lot ever.
Yep.
But if he's right, then I should have thrown away everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I want to tell you, we're almost out of time on this. We got the free version of Zoom, everybody. So we got like, 30 minutes to rock out. But I definitely thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. And I always feel like I legitimately learned something from you. So it's pretty cool because there's a lot of people that talk and you just can, you don't really learn a fucking thing they say. They just repeat the same shit all over again. So it is fun to talk to you always. Everybody, we are giving away $250 in cryptocurrency, your choice of cryptocurrency, at 250 subscribers. So the best thing to do in this market right now is to hedge yourself, and that's with a free $250. Also, we're giving away $1,000 at 1,000 subscribers. So share the videos and increase your chances to get this shit, or increase your time. You won't increase your chances, but the chances are set. It's 1 in 1,000. So that's still not bad odds to win $1,000. Definitely, again, join our Discord if you're an active trader or if you're looking to be an active trader. We don't do call outs and things like that. We're just homies in there that share knowledge and legitimately help each other. I've gotten a lot of help in there, and I know a lot of my friends have gotten help. I think we have like 30 members in there right now, 27 members, something like that. But they're all cool. Everybody's cool as hell. If you do have a stock you want us to analyze, DM us on Twitter at 3 Point Charts. I would love to. I'm sure Des would give you a breakdown. I'm sure anybody that's in the Discord would do it. I already know. So thanks again. I salute you. Stay protected this Wednesday. Don't roll over anything on Wednesday unless you know something that I don't.
Yes. Yeah. Be cautious.
I
do have to say, you missed one opportunity at the beginning of the show to say that Kenny was dead.
I know, dude. No, it was on my mind. I thought about it. I was like, sorry guys, Kenny's no longer with us. We're going to be having a service later on. I really wanted to, but I was like, damn, I just can't do it. I can't do it. He's triple point dead. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad we were both thinking of that because dude,
we're vibing.
God, I was thinking it so hard. I was either going to say that he got mad and quit, or I was going to say that he died. But either one kind of just, I felt wrong. I was like, I better not.
I was like, well, man, like if he ever does die, like this would be terrible, right? Like you can't go back on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be like, look how great my predictions are, Yeah. But awesome. God. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys stay hard out there. Come and trade with me. I got all the profit there.